Hey Vinod, is it audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Is my audio and video okay?
Yeah, both looks good.
Thanks.
Can you just test out your screen sharing?
Yeah. That's application window, right?
Yes, either screen or application window, anything you can share.
Okay, let me share the screen just in case if I need something else.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, or let me. So if I share the screen, this will be the thing. So let me share the application.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to go to the presentation mode just to see how it looks?
Yeah, just a sec.
Because some people use single screen, double screen, so it shows different
Yeah.
things.
Or
Yeah, I think we saw you full screen. It was good. Yes.
just a sec. Okay. Are you able to see?
Yes, it's good. Looks good.
But in this mode, I can't. This is full screen. I can't see the chat window as well as your screen.
Oh, do you want to see the chat screen as well?
Is this how the others are presenting? Because I can't see myself. I can't see you.
You don't have to see me, but if you are something you want to interact and you want to see the chat window of what people type,
Yes.
and do you have dual screen? Just checking on that. Are you using just one single screen?
Oh yeah, yeah. So this.
Sorry, are you using a single monitor or a dual monitor or something?
No, I have my laptop. I connected from my laptop.
Okay. Okay, if you want to connect, if you want to read the chats, then you would have to stay in this non-presentation mode. But if you want, I can help you out reading out the chat as and when you need, if that's fine with
Okay.
you.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Then as and when needed, I can switch back to this
Yes,
screen. I'll be
you could.
in presentation mode then.
You could.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we are bang on time. Can we start?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Participants, welcome all to the session. Are you delivering value to customer? Please do it, sir. By Vamshi Krishna Kakureni. So I welcome Vamshi on behalf of all participants and the chair. Over to you, Vamshi. I mean, you could introduce and start with the session.
Sure. Thanks, Vinod. Hello, all agile enthusiasts and practitioners. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If we have people from different locations. Before we get into my topic, firstly, I would like to appreciate RSG organizers for inspecting, adapting. I mean, with respect to changing the mode from in-person conference to this virtual mode. The thanks to all organizers, speakers, and you all participants for being agile, for inspecting and adapting. Welcome to my topic. This is Vamsi Krishna Kakireni. I'm an agile enthusiast, practitioner, agile coach, and currently working at Pegasystems. I've been a speaker at RSG earlier and Agile Network India and various other forums. I'm also a blogger. And with that, let's get started. Let me share the presentation mode. Hope this is visible to everyone. So my topic, are you delivering value to customers? Please do, sir. So please do, sir, Do you think I am requesting you all to serve value to your customers? Well, of course, value delivery is important, but I'm not requesting you all. What I meant here is this is an acronym. This is a method or a set of techniques which we are going to discuss in detail in our next 30 minutes in the subsequent slides. And if you also keenly observe, there's a word value in the middle, which is in bold and also in caps, which means again, this is value delivery to customer, but also I've given it as an acronym. I'm going to cover 5 to 6 different aspects, and these are all about value delivery to customer. With that, let us get into the actual topic. Value. So I would say value is nothing but shipped code. How many of you agree, disagree? Can you please share your thoughts, perspectives in the chat window here? Let me switch back to the chat window so that I think I have given the answer. Okay, I see a good number of disagrees. So few agrees as well. And so for the people who have disagreed, a question to you all. So if value is not the code that we are shipping, then what is value to you? What is value as per your understanding, your perspectives? Can you please share in the chat window? What is useful to the customer? Yes. Nikita, customer. Yes. Value is perceived utility from shipped product, potential shippable increment. Yes. Yes. Switching back to the presentation mode, shipped code is one aspect, but what all we ship doesn't add, may not add value to the customer unless if it addresses our customer need. So what I meant here, value is shipped code with some impact. And when I say impact, here impact is about having a positive impact on the customer, be it in terms of satisfying or customer delight, and impact on the financials in our organization, impact on our product, impact on the stakeholders at our end. So shipped code with impact makes more sense, will give us the real value. Now that we got into the concept of value, now how do we deliver this value to customer? How can you deliver value to customer? So as I said, today I'm going to talk about different aspects, ways in delivering value to customer. As I said, I'm going to touch 5 to 6 aspects. VALUE. So these 5 aspects, if you can ensure in your product development in your respective organizations, I wouldn't say we are not limited to this, but most of the checkboxes, most of your bases will be covered in terms of delivering greatest value with great quality to your customer. With that, let us move to the V part in value. What do we mean by V as in value? Well, we have a cake here. What does that resonate with you by looking at this? I can give a clue. Uh, relate the piece of cake here with respect to delivery. Can I have your thoughts in the chat window, please? Spot on by Jacob. V stands for vertical slicing, product increment, MVP, satisfaction. Those are right, but the right thing is V in value stands for vertical slicing. And for people who think this topic is all about vertical slicing, no, I am going to touch other aspects. As I said, for the other letters in the acronym, there are few other aspects in delivery, in providing value to customer. First thing is vertical slicing. Well, this is a known thing, but I'm going to give you a technique to remember and how we can influence the teams in our refinements, in our planning to go for better slicing. So how many times we have seen teams talking about complaining that this feature cannot be sliced further, or this is the way which can't be sliced further. We have tried a number of ways, but this is what it is. So I'm not going into the known topic that why are we comparing our user story or a feature with a piece of cake. I wouldn't go into the details, but I'll just touch base for 1 minute. Um, so a piece of cake, how do we slice it and how do you serve to the people? You cut it through the layers, across the layers. I mean, when you give a piece of cake, you give the top, the middle and the bottom layers. So similarly, our functionalities or user stories, epics, whatever you call, there should be some value for the end user. There should be some value for your customer. So that is why we compare functionalities, features, or epics, user stories with a piece of cake. Now, uh, I thought initially this would be an in-person conference, and I planned this as a workshop. Now we are in virtual mode without any Zoom option. But what we can do now is I'm going to give a couple of or few problem statements in terms of feature description or user story description. I would like to know your thoughts in slicing those further. Can that problem statement or feature statement, can we slice it further? If yes, what are your ways in slicing it? And if not, why can't we slice it? So for that, let us use Google Jamboard link. Let me type in the chat window. So I've pinged the Google Jamboard link here. Please make use of that. And this is going to be the problem statement. So I'm going to cover only few techniques, but at the end I'll give you the complete list of slicing user story or feature slicing techniques. I have around 15 techniques, but in the interest of time, let us get only into the few of those, and this is the first one. So this problem statement is parents should be able to order medicine and also view medicine ordered by kid. If this is feature or your user story, whatever, can we slice it down further to deliver better value, to get faster feedback from our customer? Can we slice it further? And if people who are anyone unable to use the Google Jamboard link, you can type in the chat window here. So you can make use of the stickies here, and then share your thoughts how you can deliver value or by slicing these. We will define acceptance criteria to drill it down. Yes, absolutely, Nikita, but in the interest of time, we are not getting into expanding the acceptance criteria. Just the high level breakup of the thing into smaller user stories. Any thoughts in splitting that, slicing that further? Okay, someone typing in, yes, medical prescription need to be clear. Yes, order medicine feature. Okay, one thing which makes more sense than the rest. As a parent, I should be okay. Someone has covered the problem statement here, but okay, search medicine. So let us time box our examples to 1 minute each or 2 minutes each for our problem statement, and then we'll quickly move to the techniques part. Add to cart with quantity, search medicine, order medicine. Okay, we'll give a few more seconds. Uh, so there is no right or wrong answer here. You can be creative. The intent is to provide value by delivering smallest piece. So can we slice it further? Let me move back. Get notified when children place order. Okay. proper app for ordering, app must be able to deliver on time, check availability of medicine, medical prescription, login functionality. Yes, I agree. Not denying at all. So just to channelize our thoughts, so we can remember few techniques so that we are reducing the scope of our thoughts with that channelize based on the keywords, based on the techniques. Now, what is the technique with which we can split this further? And this is not the only way. There can be n number of ways, but why I am giving this is based on the technique that I am trying to convey now. So this can be one way. As a parent, I can view the medicine that my kid ordered so that I can plan my budget accordingly. A high level, broader classification of the thing into smaller chunks, smaller pieces. So as a parent with the hierarchy, I should be able to view my kid's order. And as a user, I can order medicine to get rid of flu or whatever the symptoms that they have. So here again, in the second story, a user can be parent or a kid's login. So the key here is, the keyword here is link, linking words in the given problem statement in the feature or user story description. Here the linking word is and also. So the linking word can be and, or, as well as, also. So this is a simple way to slice the user stories or functionalities further. As soon as you look into those linking words, see if you can split by those. The previous part, the part prior to the linking word, and the part after the linking word. Or it can also be based on the relation. Most of the times we see some relations, the connection between two things, two people. So that can also be different ways of slicing it. So moving on to the next problem statement. Job seeker should be able to create a profile in job portal. So do not get into the broader classification, broader scope of this simple statement. How do I create my profile in job portal? Can we slice it further? This looks like a single statement, one line statement. Why do we have to slice it? Do we have any more ways to slice it? This simple one line acceptance criteria or one line description can still be sliced further. So again, let us time box 1 more minute for this. Your thoughts, team. You can use the Google Jamboard. For a second, just to clear the confusion on the previous answers, I am clearing the frame. You can use the sticky and start afresh for the second problem statement. I'll share it again. Job seeker should be able to create a profile in job portal. I definitely agree. You may be getting more number of questions in terms of understanding more well, but due to the limitations in the time in the platform that we have, I request you all just think about the statement and see how we can split it further. Let's give 20-30 more seconds. Let me see if I have any answers here. Okay, absolutely. Get job profile created automatically via LinkedIn settings. Perfect. Job seeker login, upload resume. Perfect. Excellent. Great way of slicing it. Upload resume and direct connection from the LinkedIn platform. Yes. Okay. Let us move on. So what is the technique here is the data. Based on the type of data or the data type that you enter in, we can slice the stories based on the data. As a user, I should be able to enter summary of my profile highlights or the accomplishments in the given text area. That is one way, the data that you enter in the text area highlighting your accomplishments, the profile summary. That can be one user story, and the other user story can be a button option to upload resume, be it in the PDF or Word document or a text. A button uploading resume can be the another user story. You can have multiple ways to slice it, but here the technique that I am covering is the data. Based on data, we can slice the user stories. Next one, user should be able to get search result for a book in portal. So I would just emphasize on getting the search result part. Think about that, and yeah, please share your thoughts. I'm just clearing the frame. We can also use the chat window just in case if Jamboard is taking time. Perfect. Fanikar Bhaskar Krishna, search with book title, author, category. Let me also check here. Filter to sort book type. Okay, so do you think filtering or sorting is covered in the given statement, given acceptance criteria? Okay, UI for search with filters, voice enabled search, yes. Perfect. Appreciate, thanks for the responses. Keywords, yes. Keyword search, absolutely. Okay, moving on. So what is the keyword or what is the technique here which works well for this kind of descriptions or the problem statements? What you said is right. I'm not denying that, but this is also one way as I'm covering one more different technique. So here I'm talking about defer decisions. What happens if I get result in the given time, if I get result soon, as soon as I search, and what happens if it takes time in giving the result? So these are the different ways deciding it now or later. If I get result now in 1, 2, or 3 seconds in the given stipulated time, how the result should be, how the functionality should be, and what should happen if it is taking time. Of course, for the better customer experience, there should be a pop-up alert, a window displayed on the screen, that a loading screen, that it is taking time, we are loading results for you. So this can be another user story. So this user story is just about getting the search results. So here the technique is defer decisions, now or later. And as I said, I want to reiterate that we have different ways in slicing the stories. Here the intent is to cover as many techniques as possible. Moving on to the next problem statement. Simple one. Customer want to manage his profile to place orders. As a user or as a customer, how can I manage my profile? What all things should be there to manage my account or a profile? How can we slice this? Yeah, this problem statement, we can further drill down it into the required acceptance criteria based on the 3C technique: card, conversation, the commitment between the development team and product owners, stakeholders. We can always drill down the statement into acceptance criteria, but now our scope or agenda for today is just to slice that problem statement into smaller pieces. Okay, any thoughts on this? How can we slice it better? Can this be sliced? This is a simple one-line statement again. Okay, yes, we can slice it better. Yeah, any answers in managing the orders? DOD and exit criteria, yes, of course, which helps us in understanding what are all required for saying this item as done, which qualifies for the item to be delivered. The scope, definitely yes, but this is only about slicing. Yeah, managing his profile. How do we manage the profile? Manage addresses, manage search. Okay, perfect. Krishna Kumar, edit, enhance profile. Yes, that is what the technique I'm going to talk about. The CRUD operations. Managing here can be the CRUD operations. As a customer, I should be able to create my account, my profile. I should be able to read, edit. I should be able to update. I should be able to delete. Not just to manage, but any description or any problem statement, see the conscious, we have to be conscious, focusing on the number of operations, different operations that we can perform, so that each different operation can be a user story. That is one of the ways to slice it further. Here this user story is talking about CRUD operations, but it can be any kind of operation that you can perform with respect to the behavior, with respect to the intended customer's functionality wish. So operations can be one of the techniques in slicing it further. Next one, user want to book a movie ticket. What are the ways that you get in booking a movie ticket? I believe this is the simpler one in the lot. Any thoughts quickly? Of course, we select a movie, but what are the ways that you get in booking a movie ticket? Before you select a movie, before you, yes, Naresh, appreciate that. Yeah, platforms, Jacob, yes, platforms and different channels. Yes, we have got the perfect answers. Websites, apps, yes. Yeah. So this technique is about the options. Whenever we get a problem statement like this, along with operations can be one of the way. What are the different options for me to perform the actions as a user? We book a movie ticket using mobile app, browser, iPad. So each one can be an epic or an user story. Okay. So in the interest of time, as we have few more problem statements and few more aspects in value as an acronym, I'm just walking you through the other problem statements and techniques right away. User should be able to view the menu in the language that he is comfortable. So this is about getting the menu in the languages that I am comfortable. Me as a person, I am unable to read other languages, but how do I develop this functionality? Is it using the translator, Google Translate, or any other translator functionality, or should it automatically convert? I don't know how to implement this. So here, as a team, we can agree on this spike, which is an enabler story about how to implement this in uncovering the complexity, in knowing the functionality, which will actually help us in the actual implementation story. So spikes can also be one of the ways based on the unknown, uncertainty, and complexity. Spikes is also one of the techniques in slicing. The next one, user want to view the menu to order food. We all book or we all order food online. What are the different options or ways that we get our menu? We get menu as a drop down list. We also get, few websites may also allow us to download it as a PDF or as a document. So this is about interfaces. What interfaces do we have, and each interface, the functionality related to it can be a smaller user story. A functionality related to displaying the menu in the drop down list can be a separate story, as well as PDF can be a separate story. Here the technique here is the interfaces. So this is about different business rules. How do we incorporate business rules? All the business rules we need not incorporate in a single feature or a single user story. Each time you can add one more business condition. The second user story can satisfy condition 1 or business rule 1 and business rule 2. The third user story can subsequently satisfy all the 3 business rules here. So the technique here is about the business conditions, the business rules. I believe this one is the last technique, but in addition to this, as I said, we have few more techniques which I will give you a glimpse of all those. As a news organization, we can publish new articles on our homepage. The customers have a reason to return periodically. So these are about the different roles. What roles do we have with respect to this functionality? With respect to the homepage news article publishing, we will have roles like customer, the journalist, the editor. Based upon the roles, different permissions are given, and each can be a feature or a user story to slice it better. So vertical slicing, as I said earlier, please do, sir, I'm not requesting you all to deliver value. but this is the simplest, better way to remember it as an acronym. Please do, sir, is the set of techniques. P for paths and parameters, links, S for simple, medium, and complex, and S for scenarios, D for data, which we discussed, D for deferring the decisions, O as in operations, options, one, many, and all, S as in spikes, I for interfaces and inputs, and R for rules and roles. If you count, those are 15 techniques. And again, as I said, we are not limiting to these, but these 15 techniques will serve the majority of our needs in slicing the stories better. I've listed all the examples here. For those who are in need of these slicing techniques along with examples, you can reach out to me later in LinkedIn or in Gmail. You can connect with me. So with this, we are done with V part in value, V for vertical slicing. Now we are getting into the A part in value. A for, okay, before that, I just thought of visually representing all the techniques as visual speaks better than words. So slicing based on the paths, slicing based on the parameters, slicing based on the link words, as we discussed, scenarios, all possible actions, D as in data, splitting based on deferrations, now and later, operations, O for options, O for one, many, all, simple, medium, complex, S for spikes, interfaces, inputs, rules, and roles. So please do, sir. Remember the acronym, please do, sir, for 15 techniques to slice the stories better. Let's move to the A part. A for ask the right questions. Most of the times, we feel asking the right questions is the part of Scrum Master, but we all know that asking questions will help us in delivering the product right and also delivering the right product. These are the known things, but in addition to this, I would like to emphasize on, are we delivering value along with customer delight?
We are not able to see the slide.
Why is customer delight important?
We are not able to see the
Everyone
slide.
is accountable here. Why is customer delight important here? Our Agile manifesto says our highest priority is to satisfy the customer. But in this VUCA world, in this competitive world, yeah.
We are not able to see your slides.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you able to see now?
Yeah, so I was trying to avoid coming and no, not yet. We are still seeing your overall screen, but not the slides.
I'm really sorry.
So I will just remove my, yeah, please.
Apologies for the technical glitch.
We can see it now.
Okay, thanks. Sure,
I'll switch off my video now.
So asking the right questions, sorry for the inconvenience. Building the right product, we all know product owner is accountable, and the product owner validates his product by releasing it by market research and analysis with the customer needs. Are we building the product right? Of course, development team is accountable and continuously ensures, validates with the increment that is being delivered. And in addition to these two known things, today the emphasis is about delivering value with customer delight, and everyone is accountable here, whoever are associated with the product, whoever are in connection with the customers. So as I was saying, Agile Manifesto talks about satisfaction. I'm not denying debating on the Agile Manifesto, but if we have to go with the literal English meaning, I would rate delight higher than satisfaction. Of course, satisfaction is a broader term, but in today's world, it is always good to delight our customers. So throughout our cycle, the product development cycle, right from design to delivery, our focus should be on delivering customer delight. How do we do that? I'm going to cover in the next 1 or 2 slides. But most of the times we see our teams will be mute spectators in our meetings, or even maybe one or two people will be driving our meetings, driving our calls. And most of the times, team members will be hesitant in asking the questions. They feel that the question may be dumb, the question may not be worth asking. So how do we ensure that our questions are right? Are we asking the right questions? Nothing to worry here, simple way to deal with it. If you have answers to these questions here in the right text box here, you're all set, at least to some extent. You have the basic information on which you can build upon. Why are we working on this feature? Why are we working on this? What is the scope? What is the priority? Who is our customer? How long are we going to develop this? How many users are we going to impact? How much it is going to cost us? Where exactly are we making changes? Things like that. When are we going to deliver this? If you have this base information with these simple keywords or the basic question set, as I said, you will set to some extent, and this next set of questions you can build upon. And I have a saying here which is famous: if you ask the right questions, the answer will be revealed itself. And this is one of the important aspects in delivering value to customer. With that, let's move to the next aspect, L as in lean. A lean product, a lean process. And whenever we hear the term lean, of course, it is not just about avoiding waste. We have other things, looking into the whole integration as the whole, deciding as late as possible, delivering as fast as possible. But I just focus today on minimizing waste in the lean concept. So if user stories are and epics are our output, what are problems solved and value adds, which is nothing but the outcome. And with that outcome, what is the impact? The financials and customer delight is the impact. Output is useless if it does not generate outcome with the required impact. Now, we know the concept of lean, the meaning of lean. Now, where do we identify that waste in our org? It can be the waste in the product. It can be the waste redundant processes. It can be in terms of unwanted meetings, unwanted process, unwanted documentation, unwanted features. So we have to continuously focus on minimizing waste to maximize value. The first focus area is the product. Deliver features only which are the highest pain points for the customer, the highest problems for the customer, for which we will have huge positive impact on the customer as well as our organization. And identify the waste in your processes. It can be with the retrospectives, the root cause analysis, and the other techniques. And metrics. Measure everything that results in customer satisfaction. You must be wondering, I talked about customer delight, but still I am covering satisfaction. I have a reason. Please hold on for a few minutes. But metrics, measure everything that results in satisfaction. That's all about lean. And we have one more term for L, that is building lovable product. For MVP, minimum viable product. In fact, if organizations can develop the mindset of building MLP, minimum lovable product, that will delight our customers. Now, what is the difference between MVP and MLP? You can see here, MVP is of course functional, that is fast, that is cheaper, the first cut of functionality which gives you the value, and it addresses specific customer need, which means it is business oriented. Now, what is minimum lovable product? When will our customer love our product? Because it is solving the problem along with some customer impact, because this is customer oriented. And of course, in delighting the customer, there will be a little bit of extra cost, time that we need in distinguishing, in delivering that little bit of additional features or the icing on the cake that we can say, which will delight our customers. We have a famous saying here, and it is statistically proven that 75% of the products are being recommended by the number of users which love those products, who love those products, rather than people who just like the product. So it is always recommended. Even small number of users love our product. They are the ones who are going to recommend our product, who are going to help us in bringing in more business. So MLP is greater than MVP. Now we understand MVP, but how should be our journey? How should we move from MVP to MLP? Simple. There is no magical wand here. Just involve customers in your routine, develop that emotional connect with customers, connect your teams with your actual development teams with your customer, and remember the 3P formula here: plan, prioritize, and produce as per customer value, as per customer needs, which addresses their highest pain points. The 3P formula here: plan, prioritize, and produce. And the distinguishing part here, the most important part here, which I wanted to cover here is, we have to develop our mindset in such a way that each PBI, product backlog item, be it a feature, functionality, epic, a user story, should be treated as a small wish from our customer. Is it practical every time? Feasible 10 out of 10 times? May not be. We will always see some kind of user stories which are technical stories. It may happen. But if we develop this mindset, believe me, this will help us in avoiding test only stories, automation stories, end-to-end features, end-to-end testing features. We will try to deliver some value out of each item to our customer, some value to our customers out of each item. So treat every item as a small wish from customer. That's how we can try for MVP to MLP journey. And U in value stands for undaunted teams. Undaunted means resolutely courageous, which means unshaken. These teams are decisive. Now we know that teams should be empowered, teams should be decisive. Undaunted, courageous teams are of course needed, but how do we nurture those teams? This itself is a separate topic. It's an ocean. I've covered few things here because this also covers sub aspect, which is also a bigger topic again, psychological safety. You can connect with me. How do we enable the environments? How do we build in? How do we give the environment for them to fail? How do we have the psychological safety for teams? But I just covered few high level things here. Empower the teams to break the conventional norms. Once they have the mindset of asking the right questions, they will automatically challenge the status quo. Why should we do it this way? Can I try this idea? Can we try this tool? Can we try this approach? Allow them to run at least one experiment in your sprints. If every sprint it's not possible, every release, allow them to have some innovation time to run some experiment. Have the environment for them to fail safe and learn fast, which will bring in psychological safety. And for them to encourage, for which the idea which actually helps us in avoiding fear of failure is to have a physical leaderboard in your work locations. It can also work as an information radiator, the leaderboard, the number of ideas proposed by team members and the number of ideas implemented and the impact of those ideas. And every idea proposed need not be implemented, but once you have this board, once you see the impact in terms of financials or customer delight, people tend to give more ideas, and that's how we can delight our customers. And as I said, create a long-lasting impact on our customer by developing that emotional connect, because those are the actual people who develop the product. Have that connect once in a while, whatever is the schedules as per your feasibility. Now, E in value stands for engage, execute, and exceed. Engage customers in your routines. May not be possible throughout the development cycle in every meeting, every aspect, but as much as possible as per your feasibility, engage customers so that they can see the progression, they can see the development of the product, they can see the value, and with that we can also delight them. And now, what is execute here in E? Execute customer delight as an additional parameter, be it with asking the right questions, be it with the lovable product that we are building in. And how do we execute our plans? By having the right engineering practices. For a moment, I am surprised with my slide just by looking at this. This reminds me of the COVID coronavirus. Yeah, so what I meant here is the engineering practices. So I'm not, again, engineering practices itself is a separate topic. I'm not going in detail about the practices, but you yourself are the better people to decide what are the engineering practices like CI/CD or TDD, BDD, pair programming, complete code ownership, etc. What are required for me to deliver faster, better? Now, how do I assess? Just by one metric, single metric. As per the evidence-based management, it is the release stabilization period, the time gap between the development team says the item is done and the item when it is actually released. The time duration between this, the lesser the better it is, and if it is huge, we can confidently say that our engineering practices are on not right track or also not working better. So release stabilization period, the gap helps you in assessing your engineering practices, and that's how you can play with it, change those practices. And the last E in value stands for, once you have all the above V, A, L and U and E, you can exceed customers' expectations. So whatever the slides that we have covered so far is all about product agility. This is not new. This slide is not new. You can see the 3 circles there, and if you pick any 2 circles, something is going to be at risk. If you pick these 2, building the product fast and right, the quality may be at risk, or the other 2, the business at risk, the value at risk. So our goal is to target the sweet spot, which is nothing but the product agility. Now, how do we hit that sweet spot? How do we achieve that product agility? How do we deliver that value? That's what we have covered now. Vertical slicing, ask the right questions, lean and lovable product, nurture undaunted teams, engage, execute and exceed customers' expectations. And you can see the customer delight there. And the product agility, earlier in one of the slides, I asked you to hold on, which is nothing but metrics. So this is what it is. Measure everything that results in customer satisfaction, but build anything that results in customer delight. So we are trying for building anything which results in customer delight, but measuring sake to avoid waste, to minimize redundant stuff, we are only measuring which results in their satisfaction. That's the end of my talk. Time for Q&A, and I have also given the LinkedIn link. You can connect with me later, anytime. The questions?
Yeah. To read the questions, when somebody wants you to go through the slides quickly, because we lost a couple of slides in between, I think for 8-9 minutes. So do you believe it would help, or is there any way we could probably can people reach out to you if they want to get that access to that material?
Sure. I can type in my mail ID here, and also the LinkedIn link. You can definitely reach out to me, and
Absolutely.
yeah.
So rather than going through the same slides again, I would recommend that associates do that. Meanwhile, Muhammad Afroz Nawaz has a question on how do we measure what is lovable to customer?
Yes, good question. What is lovable to customer? As I said, you can involve customers in your routine, develop that emotional connect with your customer. Of course, we are developing product to serve their needs, to deliver as per their wishes, and during that interactions you will know what is their primary pain point, how do we deliver that, and in addition to that, what makes them delightful. I can share a real-time scenario. A couple of years ago, my sister stays in US. She has sent me Rakhi, Raksha Bandhan, the relationship band, online using some website, us2india.com. And they have delivered me. I was sharing my happiness with my sister, and during that discussion, we both realized that they have sent me a personalized card with a personalized message along with the Rakhi, and along with that, few chocolates as well. And they didn't charge me a single rupee extra. So that delighted me, and from then onwards my sister started using the same website, and in fact she recommended it to her friends. That is what delight is: serving the base required functionality, and icing on the cake, the topping will serve as delightful to the customer. And of course quality will also delight them, and the shorter development cycles will also delight them. Can you recall what Please Do Sir stands for? This is the set of techniques. I can share the slides if you can reach out to me. P for paths, parameters, L for uh, links, scenarios, spikes, options, data, interfaces, rules, business roles. I have covered 15 different techniques in slicing the functionalities. Yes, I have typed my email ID here and I am also typing it again. You can also reach out to me in LinkedIn. Thanks a lot, Ram. Appreciate that. So few people must be wondering, are real-time product development scenarios will be different than these, and these techniques are good, but are these applicable all the time? As I said, we are not limiting to these, may not be applicable 10 out of 10 times, but at least we can channelize our thoughts in terms of slicing it better. At least we have few handful of techniques. And once we are done with these 15 techniques, you can think about different ways in slicing it further. Thank you, Swati.
Thanks, Nancy. Thank you so much. We enjoyed
Thanks
this
a lot.
session. So, participants, please remember to go to the polls and let us know whether you like the session or not. Your opinion matters to us. Also, do write back to Vamsi. He has so gracefully shared his email ID. So, talk with him and please continue the discussion so that everybody know. Please do, sir. Thanks, Vamsi.
Thanks a lot, Sneha, for endorsing. Please do, sir.
No, it was really good. I actually like acronyms because you can see my hair is going gray, so I forget things.
Yeah, I have this fascination towards acronyms, so I keep coming up with these acronyms. You can reach out to me. I have other acronyms as well for other
Absolutely.
techniques.
I'm going to reach out to you. Thank you so much
Thanks, Sneha.
and enjoy rest of your conference. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Sneha. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You can, there is a leave box on the right side, you know, right? Okay. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, I'm doing it right away. Thank you.
Thank you.